in-depth look at Penn State sports and more. This is the Steve Jones Show on News Radio 1070 WKOK. The Steve Jones Show is presented by Sunbury Motor Company, Birdie Insurance, and Brewers Outlet. Now from the Sunbury Motors Studio, here's Steve Jones.
And this show being brought to you by Sunbury Motors, 4th Street in Sunbury. Sunbury Motors, Kia, routes 11 and 15, Hummels Wharf. Online, sunburymotors.com. Ford, Kia, Hyundai, best in new inventory. I went with Ford, and it was a great choice. And the entire experience was great. And they have pre-owned vehicles. Well, guess what? The pre-owned vehicles, they go with a fine-tooth comb. And service department, incredible, led by Quick Lane. Routine inspections, difficult to handle it all at Sunbury Motors, 4th Street in Sunbury. Sunbury Motors, Kia, routes 11 and 15 in Hummels Wharf, and online at sunburymotors.com. All right, let's get to Nick Dunn, the former State College Spike, now in the Mariners organization. Nick, welcome to the show. It's great to talk with you again, my friend.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so you've been working your way through this, and everybody knew it was going to be a road. I mean, everybody knows it's going to be a road, just the way it is. So what's this road been like for you to this point, and how much patience has it taken for you along the way?
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot of patience sometimes. It could feel like a long road sometimes, and every player has a different path to the goals that they're trying to reach. But you kind of just have to take it one day at a time, and put the work in, and kind of worry about controlling the things that are in your control.
Made it up to AAA a couple of times, especially last season where you played 98 games. What have you seen at each level that tells you that you do have what it takes to make the big club with Seattle?
I think it's just a matter of making adjustments and trying to be as consistent as possible. There's a little bit of an adjustment or jump at every level. By the time you get to AAA, you're playing against a lot of guys, facing a lot of pitchers that are pretty much big leaguers or have big league time. So kind of being able to build that confidence a little bit and know that you're able to put the work in and make adjustments and be, more consistent is kind of, what helps out a lot.
Give me an adjustment that you made from the time you were here in State College, that because you made this particular adjustment, it's allowed you to advance. What adjustment might be above all?
There are several defensive adjustments that I've made over the years that helped out a lot. And as far as the offensive side of things, I think becoming a more knowledgeable and smarter hitter is something that is very important when it comes to moving up levels. The higher level you get, the smarter pitchers are, and the more scouting reports there are, and the more knowledge they have. So that kind of back and forth, game within the game is very important and a very big thing to be able to learn and adjust to.
You were a second baseman when you were here, played second base most of your life, but you've also played some third base along the way. Especially you did that playing at Memphis a couple of years. What was it like playing over there as opposed to a position where you have a level of comfort at second base?
Yeah, it takes a little bit of time. It's a little bit of an adjustment. Different throws, different angles, things like that. I put a lot of work in to kind of get myself to feel comfortable over there, and it honestly, helped me become a better second baseman too in the long run. So, it's a little bit of an adjustment, but we're out there every day, putting in work and stuff. So, eventually, once you get used to it, it's not too bad.
Let me ask you, you said it helped make you maybe a little bit better second baseman. How?
It's just in regards to the footwork and, having to condition your arm a little bit different with farther throws and things like that. I was kind of able to carry that, and, the arm strength and the footwork that I had at third kind of carried over to second base, and it ended up helping me out even more over there.
Okay, so now you're with Seattle, but along the way in the Cardinals organization, was there a coach, maybe not a manager, but a coach and maybe a player that ended up being a pretty good mentor to you?
I wouldn't say any one specific person. We had, there were several people that were big in helping me develop those things that I just talked about. I had some good teammates too over the years that, some older guys and some guys with some AAA big league experience that, kind of could see some potential and were willing to, help me out with certain aspects of the game too.
How'd you get to Seattle?
So my minor league contract with the Cardinals ran out, and I was fortunate enough that the Mariners got in touch, and I was able to sign a free agent deal with them.
And my understanding is that, say you come out of camp, you could make the Mariners, which you're capable of, and if you don't, you would probably go to Tacoma. Would that be right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. When you look at, did you take a long look at the Mariners organization and where they are positionally? I mean, your positions, and what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I didn't look at it too much, to be honest. You don't want to look at those things too much. You kind of have an idea of where you're at a little bit, but
yeah,
as long as you stick to your routines and get your work in, that's pretty much all you could do. You don't really have much control over rosters and things like that. You just got to go in and do the best you can.
How much, what kind of love of the game does it take to have the patience that you've had to this point? Because you're 27 now. What's the love of the game mean to the dedication of the game?
It means a lot. You got to love the game, especially to stay in it, for an extended amount of time. It's an everyday, grind, especially during the season, and when it comes to the off season too, being able to hold yourself accountable and put the right amount of work in and just kind of put your head down and keep pushing forward.
What is the worst bus trip and why?
We had a bus trip when I was in AA, Springfield, Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
It was about a 10 or 11 hour bus ride down to Texas. I believe we were going to Frisco, and then we had a second stop. It was a long road trip. We had to go to San Antonio, and our hotels and all got messed up. We ended up not having rooms and everything, and they don't account for that when it comes to the schedule. If you don't have a room or somewhere to sleep, you still play the next day. So that was a little bit of a tough trip. But other than that, I haven't had too many bad experiences.
Oh, I knew there had to be one though. you can't have
sticks out a lot to me.
Yeah, you can't log that many miles during the course of a young career and not have one of those. When you're on a bus trip, how do you occupy yourself? Is it music? Is it an iPad? How do you do that?
Yeah, there's different things. There's music, movies, download movies. A lot of guys bring game systems on the buses now. Play cards, just talk to the guys on the bus. There's definitely ways to kill time.
When was the last time you were in Sunbury?
Well, I'm still here right now.
Good. You're here with us. Good.
In the off season. Yep.
Oh, good.
My off season's here for now, working out and getting ready.
See, if you listen to the show more often, you can double our ratings. No, I'm just kidding. You know me from way back, because if we can't have fun, you know me, it's not worth having fun.
For sure.
What has your family meant in this career that you're carved out? Because Nick, you are doing exactly what I've told my broadcasting students here at Penn State. I've always told them I don't want you to get to 35 and have regrets you didn't do it. Okay? What has the support of your family meant? Because you have gone so far in this, and you're right to the edge of getting it into the show.
Yeah, they meant a lot to me. I mean, they've always been there for me, coming up, growing up. Always supported me. Were always there for me. Always managed to get to where I'm at. To watch games and support me and things like that. And they're, no matter how long I play, I know that's how it's always going to be, and it's something that I appreciate, even more than they know, and it's meant a lot, and it's helped out a lot in my career, through the long haul of it, and how much of a grind it's been. It's been a lot. And
then you've got to go to spring training, and that's if I recall, for the Mariners, that's Peoria. Obviously, I was just out in Arizona because Penn State worked out at the Angels camp in Tempe. They worked out there for the Fiesta Bowl, and then Jack Ham and I had to do the pep rally at the Giants in Scottsdale. I think the Mariners are Peoria. When do you have to report?
So our report's February 17th, so a couple weeks from now.
Okay. What do you want to do between now and then, and how much rest is built in to make sure you're in the right frame when you get there?
Yeah, I mean, I've been following the last couple months. I have a plan when it comes to working out and my baseball work and things like that. And there's rest worked into that, and it's been working for me the last couple years, and I kind of just plan on sticking to that. Not doing anything crazy or changing anything up, the last few weeks here. Just sticking to my routine and taking that to camp with me.
You're going to make it. I know it. And the second you make it, it's going to be celebrated here. Now, it's not going to be the one-off because you're going to stick around for a while in it. But, Nick, thanks a lot for your time. Best of luck. Congratulations on all the levels you've moved up to, because there's a lot of people who get stalled at levels you have not. You're on the cusp of it, and we wish you nothing but the best of luck. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Nick Dunn, now with the Seattle Mariners organization. Again, a couple weeks, he reports to Peoria, Arizona.